It's 3 a.m., the moon is full, and your dog is standing on the coffee table howling like a wolf summoning its pack. You stumble out of bed, again, only to find him staring at you with those icy blue eyes, as if to say, "You called?" Welcome to life with a Siberian Husky. They're stunning, dramatic, and chaotic. In other words, everything you never knew you needed in a dog, and possibly everything you weren't ready for. Hey, this is Doggy Pedia, where we sniff out the truth about your favorite dog breeds and tell it with heart, humor, and a little howling. Today we're diving into the world of Siberian Huskies, and if you're wondering whether this snow dog is the right companion for you, buckle up. This isn't just a breed, it's a lifestyle. 1. History and origins. Siberian Huskies didn't start off as suburban escape artists. They were originally bred by the Chukchi people in northeastern Siberia, a semi-nomadic tribe that needed dogs who could haul sleds across frozen tundra for days and still have energy left to play with the kids. These dogs weren't just transportation, they were family. The Chukchi let them sleep indoors during brutal winters, which probably explains why your husky thinks your pillow is his now. In the early 1900s, Huskies made their way to Alaska, entering sled races like the All-Alaska Sweepstakes and instantly becoming legends. One of the most famous Huskies of all time, Balto, helped deliver life-saving medicine across 600 miles of snow in 1925. There's a statue of him in Central Park, and honestly, every Husky knows it. But don't be fooled by their noble history. These days, their main mission is often less about saving lives and more about stealing your sandwich. 2. Size and appearance. If you've ever walked a Husky in public, you've heard it all. Is that a wolf? Can I pet it? It looks like it could eat my Chihuahua. Siberian Huskies are medium-sized, but they pack serious presence. Males typically weigh 45 to 60 pounds, females 35 to 50. They stand proud, lean, and athletic, basically the cover model of the dog world. Their eye colors? Stunning. Some have icy blues, some rich browns, and many rock a bi-eyed or party-eyed look, with each eye a different color. It's like they were designed in Photoshop. Their coats are double-layered, fluffy underneath for insulation, and sleek on top to repel snow, which means yes, they shed enough to knit a second dog every week. Also, be prepared for their signature facial markings. That mask? It's not just cute, it's mischievous. One Husky owner said, "My dog looks like a cartoon villain, and acts like one too." 3. Lifespan and longevity. Siberian Huskies typically live 12 to 15 years, and if you care for them well, they'll stay energetic and lively into old age. There's something really special about a senior Husky. They still have that spark, the occasional zoomie, but also a kind of wise calm. One owner shared that their 14-year-old Husky still insisted on sitting on their lap during thunderstorms, even though he was 50 pounds and smelled like wet fur and dignity. But make no mistake, longevity comes with responsibility. Their active lifestyle, joint health, and diet all factor in. Just because they slow down doesn't mean they'll stop climbing on furniture or stealing socks. Take care of their bodies and their brains, and they'll return the favor tenfold. With sass. Always sass. 4th, general characteristics and temperament. A Husky doesn't live in your home. It takes over. These dogs are energetic, social, stubborn, friendly, fiercely independent. They'll love your kids, your neighbors, and possibly the squirrel across the street. They're pack animals through and through, which means they hate being alone and will follow you into the bathroom without shame. That said, they're not people pleasers. Huskies aren't trying to impress you. They're trying to entertain themselves. If your idea of a good dog is one that sits calmly at your feet and waits for instructions, well, let's just say you may want to keep browsing. One Husky owner described theirs as a roommate who never pays rent, eats all my food, and redecorates without asking. But the affection is real. When a Husky chooses you, they're loyal to the bone. They just might show it by laying on your chest while you're trying to breathe. 5th, intelligence ranking. Siberian Huskies rank number 45 in obedience intelligence, which might sound low until you realize obedience isn't their thing. Problem solving, escape tactics, complex manipulation of humans? Off the charts. They're brilliant, just not in the way that makes your life easier. One guy set up a camera to see how his Husky was escaping the yard. Turns out the dog had been watching where he buried the spare key, waiting for him to leave, and then used the flower pots to boost himself over the gate. Another Husky figured out how to open the fridge and hide the evidence under the couch. These dogs aren't just smart, they're strategic. Training them isn't about domination, it's negotiation. You don't command a Husky, you reason with it, or you bribe it. with cheese. 6. Cost and where to get one. Siberian Huskies are available through both reputable breeders and breed-specific rescues. From a breeder, $800 to $2,500. From a rescuer shelter, $300 to $600. Keep in mind that while adoption may cost less upfront, all Huskies come with ongoing expenses, regardless of where they come from. Ongoing costs include high-quality food, grooming tools and supplies, regular vet visits and pet insurance, durable toys, they go through them quickly, training classes or dog walkers, especially if you're away during the day. Also factor in the cost of secure fencing or containment, since Huskies are known escape artists. Whether adopted or purchased, owning a Husky means planning for more than just the initial price. Be ready for a high-energy, high-maintenance companion who's worth every dollar, if you're prepared. 7. Climate tolerance. Huskies were bred to thrive in freezing, sub-zero temperatures. Think Siberian tundras, not sunny sidewalks. So when they end up living in places like Arizona, Florida, or anywhere that regularly climbs above 75 degrees Fahrenheit, let's just say, they're not thrilled. Unlike humans, Huskies don't sweat. They rely on panting and their paw pads to cool down, which makes hot weather a real health risk. One Husky owner in Texas put it best. Every summer, my Husky lays on the bathroom tiles like she's auditioning for a perfume ad. I bought her a kiddie pool and 4 fans. She still gives me that look. You did this to me. To help them survive the heat, it's important to walk your Husky early in the morning or late in the evening when the sun isn't as intense. Make sure they have access to shaded areas for rest and play, and keep them cool with frozen treats or a cooling mat. Most importantly, never shave their coat. It doesn't help and can actually make overheating worse, since their fur acts as insulation. 8. Apartment living? Technically, yes, Huskies can live in apartments, but should they? Only if you're fully committed. And we mean really committed. These dogs aren't made for lounging all day. They need serious daily exercise, usually 1 to 2 hours or more. A simple walk around the block won't cut it. We're talking trail runs, agility training, and yes, even pulling a sled or rollerblading owner through the streets. One Husky owner in Brooklyn shared what a typical day looks like. 6 a.m., 3-mile run, 10 a.m., puzzle toy massacre. 2 p.m., destroyed a cardboard box. 6 p.m., Zoomies so loud the downstairs neighbor texted, "Everything okay?" The real issue isn't space, it's boredom. If you can keep your Husky's mind and body busy every day, they can absolutely thrive in an apartment. Just don't leave them alone with your furniture. You've been warned. 9. Feeding guidelines. Feeding a Husky isn't hard until it is. For such active dogs, they actually eat less than you'd expect. That's because they have an efficient metabolism, one of the perks of being bred for endurance. But while they don't need a ton of food, they are famously picky. One owner joked, "My Husky will turn down chicken unless it's in a ceramic bowl with gravy on a rug." As a general rule, Husky puppies should be fed 3 to 4 times a day, while adult Huskies usually do well with 2 meals a day. A high-protein diet is best, especially if they're active. Some Huskies thrive on raw or freeze-dried food, while others prefer good-quality kibble. Every Husky has their own opinion, and they're not shy about sharing it. Just when you think you figured them out, even picky Huskies might skip a meal or two, then jump on the counter to see what you've got. They're natural foragers and love a challenge, especially if it involves stealing snacks. Puzzle feeders can help by making mealtime more fun and slowing down fast eaters. That is, unless your Husky flips it over and walks away in protest. 10th, grooming routine. Okay, deep breath, because we're about to enter the shedding zone. Siberian Huskies shed year-round, but twice a year, spring and fall, they blow their coat like a fluffy apocalypse. It's not just hair, it's a blizzard. Indoors, on your clothes, in your mouth, everywhere. One family said their Husky, Luna, shed so much they started collecting the fur to make throw pillows. Another swore they vacuumed twice a day during coat blow season, and the dog somehow looked fluffier by the hour. Grooming must knows. Brush 2 to 3 times a week. Make that daily during coat blow season. Use tools like undercoat rakes, slicker brushes, and a vacuum with battle armor. Bathe sparingly every few months or when they've rolled in something gross, because too much washing dries out their skin. Don't forget nail trims and ear checks. And just to be clear, Huskies are not hypoallergenic. If you've got allergies, their dander will hunt you down like you owe it money. Grooming a Husky can be a sweet bonding moment or an epic wrestling match, depending on the mood of the day. But whatever you do not shave them, ever. 11th, Coat growth and shaving. Let's start with this. Never shave a husky, ever. They have a double coat designed to regulate temperature in cold and hot weather. Shaving it? You're not helping them cool down. You're putting them at risk of overheating, sunburn, and permanent coat damage. One guy in California thought he was doing his husky a favor. Midsummer, he gave her a full shave. The dog? Mortified. She refused to leave the house for 2 days and peed behind the couch out of spite. Not only that, her coat grew back patchy and rough. What you can do: regular brushing, proper grooming, and managing heat with shade, fans, and frozen treats. Moral of the story: shedding is better than sunburn. Fight the fluff, not the fur. 12th, common health issues. Huskies are generally healthy, but no breed is perfect. Here's what to watch for. Hip dysplasia, joint issue that can worsen with age. Eye conditions, like cataracts or progressive retinal atrophy, PRA. Hypothyroidism can affect energy and coat quality. Early signs might include limping, unusual weight gain, or cloudiness in the eyes. One husky mom noticed her dog, Ghost, hesitating on stairs. She thought he was just being dramatic. A vet check revealed early hip dysplasia, but they caught it in time to manage it with supplements and a new exercise plan. Huskies are tough, but they're not indestructible. Pay attention and they'll reward you with years of spirited companionship. 13th, escape artist tendencies. This isn't a metaphor. Huskies are literal escape artists. They dig under, they jump over, they open doors, they teleport, probably. One couple installed a 6-foot fence. Their husky Shadow climbed it like a ninja and ended up 2 blocks away playing with another dog. When they got there, he looked at them like, "Took you long enough." How to husky-proof. Huskies don't escape, they plan it. So you'll need backup. Reinforced fences with dig guards, padlocks on gates, a GPS collar. Trust us, it's not optional. Inside, crate training and clear boundaries will help keep your home in one piece. Mostly. Never underestimate their determination. If boredom strikes, they're out. And if there's a squirrel involved, you'll be sprinting through the neighborhood in slippers. 14th, barking habits. Here's the good news: Huskies aren't big barkers. Here's the catch: they're expert talkers. Howls, chirps, grumbles, yodels, you name it. And they're not shy about it. One famous TikTok husky goes viral just for arguing with his owner about bedtime. Another owner said, "It's like living with a furry opera singer who only performs at full volume." You say no. Your husky says, "Oh, woo." You open the fridge. Whiny anticipatory hums begin. Each husky has their own vocabulary. You'll learn it fast. 15. Separation anxiety. Remember, huskies are pack animals. Being alone just isn't their thing. While some well-trained huskies can handle a few hours on their own, many struggle, and when they do, things can get messy. One man left his husky home alone for the first time. He came back 45 minutes later to find the blinds shredded, 3 shoes destroyed beyond recognition, and his dog howling from the top of the kitchen table. So what helps? Start with crate training from an early age so your husky sees the crate as a safe space, not a punishment. Keep them mentally busy with puzzle toys or safe chews. Doggy daycare or a midday dog walker can make a huge difference, especially for high-energy pups. Some owners even leave on music or recordings of their own voice to help their dog feel less alone. And here's a bonus tip: don't make a big scene when you leave or come home. Keep it calm and casual, because with Huskies, drama feeds the drama. 16th, family compatibility. Huskies are amazing with kids, especially active ones. They're affectionate, gentle, and playful, often to the point of ridiculousness. That said, they're high energy, so supervision is key with toddlers. Older kids, perfect husky playmates. One family said their husky actually played hide-and-seek with their son, like legitimately went searching room by room. But huskies aren't great guard dogs. They're more likely to invite strangers in for snacks. 17. Other pets. This is where the husky charm gets complicated. They're usually great with other dogs, especially when raised together. But small pets, cats, bunnies, ferrets, high prey drive means caution. Very strong supervision, especially if they weren't raised together from a young age. Some do learn to live with cats peacefully. Others, not so much. One husky reportedly got along with the family cat for 6 months, until one day he decided the tail was a toy. The cat disagreed. 18th, training, exercise, and enrichment. If huskies had a job title, it'd be adventure consultant. They need 1 to 2+ hours of intense exercise daily. Not just walks, runs, hikes, agility, and pulling sports like canicross or urban mushing, training must be consistent and positive. No harsh discipline, just firm, fun structure. One husky owner created a daily job list: 7 a.m., 2-mile jog; 11 a.m., obedience drills; 2 p.m., snuffle mat puzzle; 6 p.m., dog park; 8 p.m., couch cuddles. The result? A happy, exhausted husky. And an owner who slept better than ever. Mental stimulation is just as crucial. Puzzle feeders, scent work, training games, frozen treat toys. A bored husky will find its own fun, and it usually involves destruction. Let's be honest, Siberian Huskies aren't for everyone. They're loud, they're hairy, they're high maintenance, and they will absolutely outsmart you when you least expect it. But if you love adventure, if you can handle a little chaos in exchange for daily comedy, if you're okay with fur in your cereal and howls in your hallway, then a husky might be the best, wildest decision you ever make. They're not just pets, they're companions, teammates, furry, four-legged reminders to never take life too seriously and always chase the squirrel. Love this kind of real, laugh-out-loud dog content? Subscribe to Doggy Pedia for more breed breakdowns, hilarious pet moments, and heartwarming stories. Because life with dogs is never boring and always worth sharing.